Hello and welcome back. So, have you bought a new house? So you've got your first garden? Or you're just looking to revamp the garden that you've got now? So in this video I'm going to tell you why I think you should go down the tropical / exotic gardening route and why I think that is a good choice. So I'm guessing that because you're watching this video you are thinking about exotic gardening. So I'll go through some points that I've got of why you should do it. But first off, I'll just give you a bit of background into why I got into this style of gardening. So probably about 6 or 7 years ago, I went on holiday to Malaga in Spain, and they've got like a walkway type thing in the city, and it's covered in palms and jungle plants, bananas, bird of paradise, all the big jungly plants, and it just really wowed me. I was amazed. So when I got home, did a bit of research looking into palms, see if we could grow any in this country. And when you type that into Google, palms for the UK, this is what will come up: Trachycarpus fortunei. So I went to the local garden centre and I was amazed that they had them in, because I'd probably seen them before but I wasn't really looking. So this is the one that I bought. This is the original one, the first exotic of the garden. And that, you can see it's a big plant now. That was the size of them. So that's where it started, and then I did a bit more research, and then I saw about the tree ferns and all the other stuff. There's my original tree fern. Yeah, so that's how it started for me. So I'll just go through 5 points that I've got about why I think you should go down the same route. So the first point is all these palms, Trachycarpus, the cordylines, other palms like the Camarops. You can get all these in your local garden centre. You don't have to go to specialist nurseries or buy them online. I mean, you might get them cheaper online, to be fair, but you don't have to go down that route. The Melianthus, loads and loads of stuff, tree ferns, all the grasses, agaves, yuccas, the Phoenix canariensis, phormiums. You can get them all in your local garden centres, readily available. Like I say, you don't have to do any specialist nurseries or anything like that, pay hundreds of pounds. You don't have to do it. And I mean, a bit of a warning, you will end up looking for rarer stuff, but that might come a bit later. But yeah, most of the what I call the backbone plants, you will get them all in your local garden centre. Right, so the second point is, it looks really good. There's nothing native, I think, that is like a palm. I mean, just look at the size of these leaves. There's nothing else like that. Cordylines, agaves. We've got nothing native that you can compare to them. I mean, not everything that we call exotic has to come from the other side of the world. There is native stuff that you can plant in that looks just as good. But I think you've really got that wow factor with this style of gardening. A lot of the plants are really unique, like agaves. You're not going to see anything else like that. Like that. They are really unique plants. They've got that wow factor. So the third point is there's a few different styles that you can do. So you can have the jungle garden style. I'm just developing it a bit down here, but with the big leaves, big stuff above your head, really envelop yourself in the garden. Or you can just have some statement plants, palms, phormiums, grasses, a bit of space between them, maybe a bit of flowers to fill in between them, but big statements. Or you could go for the arid style gardening, like I've done here. You made a bit of winter protection But you can get the yuccas, the agaves, the cactus. You know, you could go for that style. There's the Mediterranean style, which it's not quite the same as added planting. You can have olive trees, anything that's drought resistant, no palms, anything like that. So like a Mediterranean style. And you can put flowers in as well. I mean, this isn't the best time of year, it's the middle of January. But I do have a lot of flowers in this garden. If you want to see what the garden's like in the summer, I've got videos, walkthrough tours of the garden. So if you want to have a look at that, you can. So you can mix all them in, mix flowers in with the palms. You know, just do what you want really, to be fair. If you like flowers, put them in. And as well, you can have everything that I've just mentioned. You can have it all in one garden. It's sort of like what I've done here. You know, I've got my added bed. This bit is where I put a lot of the flowers. You know, I'm developing the jungle style back there. Few Mediterranean style plants in this bed. You know, you can few different garden rooms. Obviously, you need quite a big garden, but you don't need to be massive, and you don't have to fence off each different area. They can just flow into each other, like sort of like mine does here. So you can have every different style you want. You know, if you like the jungle plants but you want the garden filling with them, just stick them in one place. So you get different garden rooms. Right, so the fourth point is, I think, in the summer, sun's shining, everything's growing well, lush. I think it's like being on holiday. You get that holiday feeling. I sit in the hut. Obviously, you get a place to sit in the garden. You can really feel like you're away. And I went to Cuba last year, which is a true exotic tropical country in the Caribbean. But a lot of the plants what they had there, although not the same as here, the palms, I've got at home. So palms, obviously different type of palms. I can't grow coconuts or out here, but we have a lot of the same plants. I know I've got the bananas here and a lot of other stuff that they grow over there. You know, different style, but I still grow them over here. So you can come home but still feel like you're away. And actually, someone once came to my house in the summer for a barbecue. We were sat in the hut, and he said it feels like he's on holiday. And that must make me think, yeah, that's exactly the thing that I'm going for. So yeah, I need to get that wow factor as well. You know, a lot of people will come into a garden like this and go, wow, I didn't know you could grow palms in this country, and different types of palms and all the different stuff that we grow, the tetrapanax. That's a wow factor of a plant. And if you do a bit of forward planning, you know, maybe you could plant a couple of Trachycarpus 8 foot apart from each other or whatever. Then in time, after a few years, string up an hammock in between them. You know, an hammock between 2 pounds in a garden in England. That is the wow factor. And the fifth point is, you can do all this on a budget. You know, you don't need thousands of pounds and be going across nurseries all over the country and into Europe. You don't have to do that. You can buy these plants pretty cheap. You know, the Trachycarpus now, a lot smaller than this, size of those ones down there. They're about 30 quid. You know, and you can buy cheap, buy small, that's what I do. And when you put small stuff in, it tends to grow off, get away to have a lot better start than something big. And you can look for deals. I'm always looking at garden centres for deals. I tend to buy a lot of plants in the winter, which I've done this year as well. Different garden centres have sales on. Stuff sometimes don't look too good, so they want to just get rid of it for 10 pence or whatever. So buy in the winter. You can grow a lot of stuff from seed, and you can grow a lot of stuff that you won't find in garden centres as well from seed. You don't need all the fancy equipment, you know, the heaters, propagators, heat mats, all stuff like that. Just need, you could do a little bit of a propagator lid, and then a south-facing window above a radiator for me, has worked for most stuff. And I saw it late on in March when the weather's starting to warm up. So you get that heat like a banana propagator anyway. So yeah, you can grow a lot of stuff from seed. You can buy it cheap. You know, you don't need thousands of pounds to create a garden in the tropical style. Yeah, so they're my 5 points why I think you should be growing the tropical style, or if you've done a few different plants and you don't know whether to continue it, I think you should. You won't regret it. But I will give you 3 warnings as well about this style. So the first warning is you will want to search out the rarer plants. You know, you'll be looking online, searching all over for different style of plants, different palms. You'll be pushing boundaries about what's hardy and what isn't. You know, I've been doing it for a few years now, buying stuff online. So that will happen. And you will end up digging up your garden. No, this garden used to be, you know, your normal garden with beds around the edge and grass down the middle. So you will end up digging it up, maybe not to this extent, but you will dig it up and keep extending. And the third one is you won't be able to pass a garden centre without going in and having a look, see what they've got, see if they've got anything new in, anything tropical that catches your eye. You'll be looking on YouTube, watching YouTube videos of people all the time, seeing what you can do in your garden. So yeah, it's quite addictive, but it's not the worst thing to be addicted to in the world, gardening. So yeah, and then you too could have a jungle style garden, make you feel like you're on holiday all the time. Obviously not in this weather. It's about 0 degrees now, starting to get really cold, so I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Right, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did and you're not subscribed, then please subscribe, hit the like button, drop me a comment if you want to ask anything or whatever. Right, thanks for watching, bye.